And then if got rezeki, we might meet again. And doakan I dapat kerja because I don't want to tanam anggur. Thank you so much, guys.
What I hope for the future is, to go into the corporate world, to go into PR, and Petronas seems like the perfect place for me to do so. And I hope I could contribute to Petronas in their long-term success. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Yes, it does get annoying. But that's what life is about. It's about getting annoyed. So yeah, 7 a.m. we head out. We go get this bread. Okay, now we're in traffic. So traffic, alhamdulillah, is pretty smooth. Every day, yeah, it's still smooth. Still smooth. And then up to 7:20 a.m. we arrive at MRT Kajang, and then we do the beep beep. And then we go straight up to the train, and then we see some guy's shoes, lovely shoes. And then we take a seat. And then, so yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of ground to cover. And then after 17 stations, we arrive at Pasar Seni LRT. This is where we change stations, we change trains from Pasar Seni to KLCC, which takes 4 stations and about 15 minutes. So 8:25 we arrive, and then yeah, I see people, coronavirus and that. Okay, and then about 5 minutes walk, we finally arrive at the front desk, front door, front entrance thing. And then we go up the lift, level 26, standard, as you do. So of course, yeah, there's a lot of pejabat, and we have to scan our ID to go in. And once we finish scanning, okay, yeah, and then we finish scanning, and then we can open the door. So we're basically in, but not after we take a lovely view of the KLCC tower. And then, so as you can see, it's a very spacious office, a lot of people, and then a very nice lounge, as you do. So here's everyone else's office as well. And then after about 1.5 hours, we're there. We are there. So we can get started, pew pew. And then that's basically it. That's my setup. Hello there. Talking to the camera after the vlog. So, welcome to my vlog. Now, before going into further details about what it is that I do here, my job scopes and everything, allow me to introduce where it is that I am right now. I'm in KLCC, I'm in level 26, and in that level, there are a variety of departments. So my department is the Pusat Komunikasi Strategik dan Pentadbiran Huluan, which translates to Upstream Strategic Communications and Administration, or better known as USCA. So under USCA, there are a lot of teams. My team specifically focuses on stakeholder relations, however, for the domestic level, which means only in Malaysia. Right, so as for my job scope, I could separate it into 2 scopes, which are CSR activity based and also management works. So CSR, as you know, stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. So this is where the companies would engage with the public or the community in order to maintain a mutually beneficial relationship for both parties in order for future collaborations and so on. So around those CSR activities, I could separate it into 3 parts, which are pre, during, and also post. So as for pre, I would have to prepare the press releases. I would have to prepare the press release. I would have to prepare the speech for the MC for the launching of the ceremony. And also, lastly, I would have to prepare the pack. Now, pack here in Petronas refers to slides. So slides, for example, I would have to prepare the slides for the proposal of the CSR activity and so on, with the details having already been handed over to me. So during the event itself, I would have to prepare before the event. For example, I would have to just survey the place, do basically what logistics people have to do in order to ensure that whatever is that needs to be there is there. So basically just a final quick check. And then on the actual day of the event, on the execution of the event, I would have to it depends on actually what the CSR is about. So for example, if the CSR is about environment and so on, and if it involves students, school students and so on, that's what I have to do. I have to manage those people. And based on what my supervisors told me, it actually ranges from time to time. Like my job is not exactly fixed. So for example, I would have to engage with what logistics people have to do, for example, just like managing the movement of the students, taking care of the merchandise and everything. Now, in terms of post, which is after the event itself, I would have to do a close-up report. So it is basically a summary of what had happened. So I would have to discuss like what had happened, what went wrong, or what were the challenges, and what could have been better for the future, and so on. So another aspect of my job is management work. And one example of that is reviewing stakeholder management plans. For Petronas, there are 4 regions that we need to take into account. One in Terengganu, 2 in Sarawak, which is Sarawak Oil and Sarawak Gas, and lastly Sabah, which is Sabah Gas. And what they have to do is that they have to prepare a year-long plan for stakeholder management, which encompass all the activities and all the budgets revolving around the activities that they are about to do, that they are about to engage in with the stakeholders. So they have to list down a year-long plan, having separated into quarters. There are 4 quarters: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So it's separated by quarters, and the quarters basically have a range of 3 months. So the first quarter, quarter 1, is from January till March, and then the second quarter is from April until June, and so on and so forth. So what was handed to me was the stakeholder management plan for quarter 3 and quarter 4. And then I would have to review the quarter 4 and determine the difference that it has with the quarter 3. So therefore I would have to search for the updates in quarter 4 that are not in quarter 3, just to acknowledge that the new activities that they have planned. So basically I would have to review it, revalidate it, and then send it to my supervisor for him to send it to the higher ups, and so on. In terms of what I learned in uni and how it is integrated into what I do here, the main thing that I can see is how what I've learned from the event management are to be integrated into me doing the CSR activities, in terms of the logistics, in terms of preparing the script for the MC and everything. And I guess another aspect is my writing skills. We were taught how to do press releases, how to do memos and everything. In terms of the management works, not really much help from uni. Everything is new here, and so in terms of English, the practice of communicating in English definitely helps, because the environment here is that they use a large percent of English and a minority percent of Malay, especially for presentations and everything. So what else? I guess that's about it. So I'd have to do a lot of learning here, and I'm excited, bit nervous, but it's all well and good. So with that, I end my vlog. Thank you.